my name is Mai, and I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, originally. I go by Nolan's Volans as my artist name. We started out as two people, and then, in 1995, two Thai guys who, study abroad, and we just leave, like 2 hours down south of Chicago. We love music. We got together because of music. My friend was a DJ, and I was, just very obsessed with all kinds of music, especially dance music. We were just like talking about like if whoever can make dance music, then why not us? And that's how we started everything. I was more of a like Chicago kid kind of, or beyond that. I would go to Wisconsin. I would go to Minneapolis or Detroit. Of course, techno was originally from Detroit. So I thought that, okay, Detroit must be like super cool about the whole thing. So basically when I went there the first time in 1994, it was day 8, and it was like super scary for anyone. For anyone to be there on the streets, any streets. It's like a scene in 28 Days Later, that kind of stuff. Seriously, it's pretty spooky. Back then in 1994, there weren't any internet at all. I mean, there was some internet already, but everything has to be within like calling and stuff, right? So basically, I was like a random. I walked into to Submerge. I knocked on the door, and there was like some guy opened the door and said, "What are you here for?" I was like, Submerge, and I want to buy records. Because that's what I know, that was the place known for. And it's, it's an institution for Detroit techno. I was there, I don't remember who that was, because I was scared, because he basically just said to me, "No, you're not welcome here. Go." And I was like, okay, that's how I know Detroit. the Detroit that I love, Detroit techno that I love. Okay, that's my first impression when I literally stood there in Detroit, and I was like, oh my God, this is it, this is real. The rave scene started maybe in 1994, before I came back. But I just knew it. I'm not sure if it's for the fact, but I've been hearing about that, even back then. And, I saw like some flyers, like some people were just like, emailing me, sending me photos and stuff. I think it even started not even in Bangkok, but in Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai.
Where Mixmaster Morris went in the forest to throw in a party. Like, I think back then he was a irresistible force, right? I'm not sure. But yeah, Mixmaster Morris was the one who actually kind of. I'm not sure if he's the one who actually started the rave scene over here in Thailand, but for a fact, he was there in Chiang Mai, and people were there at the party, and they sort of like pick it up as a rave. So then like in '95, when I came back in '95, it wasn't really a lot of raves going on. It was more like when I start my night, I go to this one club, this commercial club. After the commercial club, I hop around to other club. And then when everything's closed, we can't find anywhere else to go. So basically we just drive around and play loud music. Or we find a place to hang out and play music. Or just go there to hang out and listen to all kinds of music stuff. Just a house party. And then it sort of like developed until a certain level where you can call it as rave. It's big enough.
When the underground scene come to Bangkok in the mid of 90, wow, the music's wow, it's about like imagination. It's not just the bass lines or kick drum, not just like that. It's about imagination. The deep layer of the music where the people feel like anything you want, something like that. When we started with discotheque, it's more like a fancy. The people they dress up. But when the underground scene come, everything is different. We go to like a warehouse to do an illegal party around Bangkok. We have a lot in 90, mid of 90 until like 2000.
The first proper rave in Thailand that I went to was actually organized by the club, by one club. Yeah, Narcissus. It's the one on Sukhumvit 23. They organize it because actually the DJs at Narcissus is actually like kids from Thai kids and international students who actually been to raves in San Francisco. So they kind of get together to organize this one. It was a big one. It was a big one, but like back then, people didn't really know it as rave, apart from like, kids who actually study abroad and know like, this as an illegal raves or like warehouse parties, this and that. For us Thai people, we were just like calling it as a, like club party outside of the club, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. And then from that one, it kind of developed to better raves. More illegal. More of everything. And then it became the real raves, I could say. And I think the biggest one I've ever been to in Thailand was actually the one that had all the big name underground DJ played over there for the entire night, starting from 10 at night until almost 11 in the morning. And it was a big one. There were some recording artists played there as well, and everyone was like really enjoying it. It was one of, I remember everything from that night, but I cannot just say everything about that, but I remember everything.
My first club, my club is 1,200 people. I opened a club for other people. First one is Club Asta in RCA in Bangkok, and then I moved out from RCA to open a club for club culture. The first outdoor event, electronic outdoor event in Bangkok is called Culture One. I did it for 5 times. It's very good.
Do you had like any big names in your club?
Carl Cox, Frankie Knuckle, David Morales, Satoshi Tomei, Hector Romero, Early Carter, even from Berlin, Helmut. He's a very nice guy. I think he's from somewhere in Germany. He moved to Berlin in 1990 something and to build a label there. It's called International DJ Gigolo. All the young people, they come to the scene, they just need the big name DJ, the superstar DJ. In 90, we doesn't care about the big name. We just support the local. Maybe on that time it's very, very, very difficult to book a big name. And that time we don't have a big name.
What dragged me into electronic music would be, say, when I first come to have some really good party in Bangkok with their international DJs, and I could see all the communities more like a loving and sharing, and a lot of diversity also to the way they express themselves and having a good time. Mostly in some places in Thailand, they kind of have some different mindset about the party. But when it's come to electronic kind of clubbing scene that not so big in Bangkok back in the day, it's really have a good kind of tightness about the people.
Then there was the Thai break in Song Naipan in the north of the island, but at the time it was off-road. You couldn't really access it. It was kind of an island outside the island, and they were coming here and we were always waiting. You know, all the techno kids here, when that was that day, we were going like it was an excursion to get there, like 2 hours, you know, driving through the jungle just to get there. And little by little, it came a bit more to the island. Some of the artists came just to enjoy, like Marcus Meinhardt and Empro. They came to have a look for a week. Then they came for 1 month. Then they came for 3 months. Then they've been coming every year again and again, and they, I would say, are the ambassadors to bring like some proper music here. And then I guess the Thai people realize that what it is, how it works, and through that the development came by itself. Yeah. Now it's all about techno, tech house mainly. We like the tempo here. We don't have so much house music actually. Low tempo is to come. I think with time it will come. They're not used to it yet. If you go to the Bay, Eden, Guys Bar, they have a bit more lower tempo, but no, they like the bass here. They do. They need it.
Back in my suburb area, not so many people like really understand the electronic music, but when I really grab on it, and then I want to share on it, like to people to come and can share the feeling that I have to the communities, like yeah, we can come to listen to this music. The music is like kind of mixed with every genre. It's so, I think it's much more sophisticated in the way of music wise.